Welcome to the Dairy Raid. Presented with over 20 years of coaching experience, the Dairy Raid provides commentary and analysis of the schemes, the players, and the coaches who create Wisconsin football's new identity. Now here's your host, Ryan Anderson.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid and the second quarter of Wisconsin versus Alabama. No real need for a long intro to this video, so we can get right into it. Obviously, we're starting here. Actually, at the end of the first quarter. That's because this play is the first play of the drive. So I thought it'd be kind of silly to leave that as a cliffhanger at the end of the first quarter video. But let's get into it. All right, the Badgers are in a 2x2 set with a wing, 11 personnel, and just split flow inside zone. A not terrible push inside. Alabama is out in a 2-4 set. And they just have that extra safety down in the box. Doesn't really affect the play. It's more, the push on the inside. Alabama's pretty stout, but we get okay push. I mean, nothing to write home about, but it's not terrible. All right, so 2nd and 8. So here we're mixing up the formations a little bit and giving a different look that we haven't given before. So we've got a little stack look out here. And then we've got our tight end in the slot. We're going to motion and shift to a 2x2, offset to the weak side. And a lot of this, again, is just to see how they're going to align based on this formation. Now, this is pretty standard. You're going to have a slightly outside alignment here to funnel the inside receiver up to the safety. And then if he wants to break back to the sideline, he has to go over this nickel here. So pretty standard. We're going to probably play low in the flat. We're going to play over the top. But let's see what we're running here. So RPO. Okay, he throws this behind. Now part of this, I think, is, and this is a theme, the snaps. Jake Renfro has been really good up until this week. And I had a couple flutters towards the end of last week, but this one's a little bit off. So Braden rushes this, but that window is there. He throws it a little bit behind. I'd also like to see CJ get his eyes up a little quicker. Like, I want his eyes right now. He's still worrying about pressing that DB upfield. Get his eyes a little bit up a little sooner. The ball's behind him, but it might be more catchable if he gets his eyes up sooner. All right, so 3rd and 8, 2x2 set. Okay, we're going to just running switch release. Not much doing because of pressure, but let's look at the routes real quick. All right, so this is just straight switch release. 4 verts. Inside receivers are running seams. Inside receivers are running seam. Outside receivers running fades. Here's your deep shot. Is anything there? Potentially. I think a receiver at the top of the screen here. Bryson. No, sorry, is that Tretch? That is Tretch, yeah. I think Tretch is there. But where did the pass protection go wrong? Bama's bringing 4. Okay. So let's take a look here. Top of the drop, 1, 2, 3, boom, right there. All right. So Jack Nelson is a little bit over his feet. I wouldn't say he's getting beat yet. Okay. Riley Mahlman. I think is fine, but he's not necessarily getting beat. Okay. Inside, I think is where the visual of pressure is coming here. All right, because the pocket is too narrow. Alabama's defensive ends or outside backers do a good job of turning the corner and compressing the outer portion of the pocket, while the interior guys are not staying close enough to the line of scrimmage. So there's really no room for Braden to step up. So he's forced out of the pocket. He does a good job putting the ball in a position where only his guy can get it, and likely there he had no shot at it anyways. But if this is a cleaner pocket and our tackles work a little bit wider and our interior guys stay a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, this has had potential. And I'd love to see the all-22 because I think Tretch is wide open here. But that's the end of that drive. So, 1st and 10, next series. Looks like we are in 12 personnel on the 5-yard line. Going to motion into a 2-back look, but we're just going to run basically a lead play here. Going to skip pull the center and going to have Ashcraft leading out in front. We get some hesitation in the backfield because, again, Ches just does not trust to just put his head down and just go. Again, these hesitation right there. There's nothing to read. You just got to put your head down. And, I think Ashcraft picks up somebody. Tight ends are okay. I mean, he falls forward for a yard. If he would have just put his head down and kept running, he probably gains another yard, maybe 2, and gets some momentum. I mean, the holes, it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. It's a pitter-patter, and then going forward. That's what kills that. All right, 2nd and 8. Okay. Now this is better. He just sticks his foot in the ground right there, boom, and okay, we're going to get outside, we're going to accelerate. And then we forget how to protect the football. Oh, finally get something. All right, this is blocked well. This is virtually the same blocking scheme that we had on the previous play. We get outside, and then Ches just is careless. That's not bad luck. That's just careless ball placement. 2 hands on the ball, and don't lean over the ball. Brutal. And that leads to an Alabama touchdown. All right, so 14-3. Next series. This quarter is going to go by fast because you're going to hear me saying a lot of the same things. All right, so we're going to start in a 3-by-1 set. We're going to motion to 2-by-2. Outside zone. Okay. The difference we have here in comparison to what we had against South Dakota and Western Michigan is, I think at this point right here, against every other team we've played against, he probably bangs it right here, right behind Jack Nelson. But Alabama is, they're talented, but they're also fundamentally sound. I mean, Nick Saban's fingerprints are still all over this defense. So 20 here does a fantastic job of scraping down the line and taking away any semblance of a cutback. I mean, the front half of the line, I think we actually blocked this pretty good. And if I want to nitpick how Twee's running, I want to see him cut behind Jake Renfro instead of in front of him. But I think that's blocked well. Okay, 2nd and 7. Okay, we see something in the defense. Let's go back, kind of look at the defensive alignment. So they're in a 3-man front. Okay, 3-3 basically. They're showing pressure, 6 in the box. They got off coverage. Okay, what do we see? What do we like? Okay, they think they're going to go to seams. I think, yeah, and against a 3-3, 3-3 is a lot more susceptible to power scheme, to gap scheme. 3-3 is really good at screwing with zone concepts, especially inside zone, because you make it harder to set up double teams. With power scheme, you're essentially trying to wall off 2 of those down linemen and overwhelm one side. What happens here, though, is, I mean, this just shows the talent difference between Wisconsin and Alabama, is their nose tackle just makes us look silly. Just slips Renfro. And Renfro's a good center. But this is killed. He needs to get more vertical. He just slips him. Okay, they're skipping the defensive end because they want to kick him out. But he squeezes so quickly. Wrong arms, and then he's just there. This is just destroyed from the beginning. You have a good nose tackle. 3-3 works really well. Again, you guys want the Badgers to go to a three-man front and run 3-4, you got to have a nose tackle who can do stuff like this sometimes. Not all the time, but it has to have the ability to do that. And Alabama does. So, 3rd and 10, 2x2. We are in 10 personnel. CJ is in the slot where we're going to motion him out. So we're going to run the wheel with CJ. Again, I like these little differences. So CJ's going to work up. He's going to work the wheel up the sideline. And then he's going to sit down at the sticks. We're going to run the sticks to the sticks inside. And then we're running a corner, and we're running probably a slot fade. Again, from right here. Can't see it, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's going. Slot fade. Okay, Pauling does a good job getting to the sticks, sitting down, turning upfield. Okay, that's not a bad shot to take. Okay, we're running at the sticks. Let the defense sit behind us. Nice awareness. Let's look at Braden's footwork in the pocket. 1, 2. Okay, so we're going quicker drop. I thought this would be a quick 3 drop, but this is basically just, 1.5. It's a nice throw by Braden. He has flashes, and this is one of them. Okay, so he's working here. He's working. You peek backside, and he's just coming across. Normally, I would think he'd be working CJ to the corner, or to the seam, to the check, or the curl. But we looked backside because we're seeing motion. Safety's going. Okay, can I get him over the top? Nope. All right, come back to the middle of the field. All right, not bad. 4th and 1. Big boy football out of shotgun. The only thing we can't do out of shotgun is QB sneak. And hell, if you wanted to, for the can't run QB sneak crowd, it's the only thing we can't do. Tucker Ashcraft stops right there. We snap it to him, first down. We can do. But that being said, we're going QB sneak against these nose tackles. Are we going to get the first down? I don't think so. Anyways, we're going to run split flow inside zone instead and get the first down. Again, you give me more options out of shotgun than you take away under center. So, first down. And we're seeing it from above. Okay, I'd like to see Huber stay on his feet. This is, again, actually a really good job by Alabama's defensive tackle to get low and stay low. But pretty good work by the interior lineman. Great block by Tucker Ashcraft. You can really see his technique has improved. All right, coming back. And again, we have the lovely split screen from the Fox broadcast angle. Okay, so we're just going to run quick. We're going to run a stick out here. And then they have a late blitz, and he gets his hand up. I mean, there's not much we can do scheme-wise against this. And this is not on Braden. I mean, what can he do here? He made the right read. He sat it in there. If he waits to try to get to CJ, he's going to get popped in the mouth by that blitz. So it is what it is. All right, 2nd and 10, 3x1. Offset to the single receiver side. Split flow. Or are we running counter? Let's see it again. Looking at the tight end, but I need to be looking at the offensive line. No, it's kind of like it. We're kind of giving it is an RPO, but this is almost more like play action protection, where we're selling pass block on the backside, and we're running split flow inside zone on the front side. Almost kind of like we would block Sally back in the day in the wing T. But again, that defensive tackle just is stout, and our linebackers. Okay, watch here. Downhill, instinct, see the ball, go get it. Okay? Now, again, this is not superhuman. Not guarantee that linebacker is going to be a first-round draft pick in the NFL, but Jake Chaney should be able to do this. Taka Curtis, Jaheim Thomas should be able to do that. That's just reading our guards and getting downhill. And our offensive linemen, we've got to get somebody to the second level instead of falling down. We fall down a lot. All right. 3rd and 10. 10 personnel. Do a better job picking up the pressure. Snaps fine. Okay, or I say we started out doing a good job picking up the pressure. So they do. This is a nice little scheme look here. All right, so what they're going to do is they're going to blitz across Renfro's face, and then they're going to bring a stunt behind, and he picks the lesser of two evils, and he's wrong. Whatever he does in this situation, he's wrong. Now, good job by Braden to stand tall in the pocket, knowing he's going to get popped. I'd like to see a little more zip on the ball, but again, we just need to get rid of it. He probably short-armed this. Yeah. And get what you can. All right. That's a nasty little blitz. A little 5-man pressure scheme. That's only a 4-man pressure scheme. And it's too late. The blitz is too late, or so the outside linebacker on this side is dropping too late that we can't full slide, and we wouldn't really be anyways because the back is out and a route. Great scheme by Alabama. All right, next series. 1st and 10. 3-by-1 to the field. 11 personnel. Okay, inside zone. 3-by-3 or 3-3 look from Alabama. Okay, not bad. Good push. And we pick up our double teams. We get to the linebackers. That's blocked really well. Tui, nose downhill, patient. There's a difference between making slow reads and letting the blocks develop. And this is the difference between Tui getting downhill and being patient and Ches being patient. And it turns into a 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2, going to do a little return motion, still sticking in the 3-by-1. Okay, RPO. So we got the glance slant here at the bottom of the screen. Tipped. Not Braden's fault. Okay, this is the double team where Brunner does not stick on his guy long enough, and so he allows the hands to get free. He's getting super skinny right away, turning his hip, and then Brunner is going straight to the second level. Well, in that case there, you let him have his hands free. And in an RPO, that's important. And not much, there's nothing Braden can do there. And it has nothing to do with his height. It's because we screwed up the double team right here and not worrying about the first level guy before we get to the second. Again, in an RPO game, the first level guy is way more important because we're not supposed to be getting that far downfield anyways. All right, moving on. 3rd and 2. All right, so this is a smart, subtle little thing that Braden does. Okay? It's a free play. Right away, nothing's there. So what are we going to do? We're going to throw a jump ball out to the outside receiver and in hopes that we get what we just had right there, pass interference. It's a free play anyways. So instead of doing something stupid, let's just get the play over with quickly and either get our free 5 yards and get the first down, or force Alabama into making the mistake of a pass interference. So 1st and 10. Okay, 12 personnel motion. I'd like to see Braden keep this, and I think later in the season he will. Maybe the high snap has something to do with it, but we're running outside zone. And there's really not much there because, again, Alabama's edge players are so fundamentally sound that they squeeze to take away the keep, and then they're able to run to take away the run. And it also doesn't help, too, that we don't get really much of a push. So that allows that edge guy to skate even more. And there's nowhere for Tui to go. All right, 2nd and 10. Braden standing tall in the pocket. I like this. Okay, curl. That's a tight window. I like that. Okay, so short curl, high curl, flat. Boom, right in the middle of 3 defenders. That's a fantastic throw. Good timing, good footwork, nice hard throw. I like that. Bottom of the screen, we're running the wheel and we're running the post. But that's what I like seeing. Good. All right, 1st and 10. Inside zone. Pretty decent push. Like to see them kind of keep their feet round. Sorry, not inside zone. This is G lead. Okay, Brunner. Okay. Look athletic here, buddy. Okay. That guy eventually makes a tackle. Now he drags it down from behind. But that's better. Okay, nice down block by Huber. Okay, Malman does a pretty good job walling his guy off. Jack Nelson is driving his guy upfield. That's a good push. And a nice hard run by Cade. 2nd and 5. 3 by 1. Okay, RPO. So I don't think this shouldn't really be a post-snap RPO, or sorry, a post-keep RPO. This should be, again, it's a high snap. I really wonder what's up with Jake Renfro. Okay, it should be right. We're reading the linebacker right here. And I think Braden got a little deep in this, maybe because of how quickly 11 here, the linebacker, got upfield. So he needed a step, but to kind of flick the wrist and come back. Again, these are positive signs that Braden has grown as a quarterback and that he has the tools to make this offense work. Now, Jack Nelson needs to be very careful on this play because when the ball is thrown, okay, he's at 4 yards. He should be at 3. So he got lucky that this did not get called. He is too far downfield. But maybe we get lucky that the umpire sees the ball coming right in front of his face and he doesn't see Jack Nelson too far downfield, especially because he's not engaged with anybody at that point. But nice throw. Okay, 1st and 10. We're going to motion the back out. Again, throwing the quick ball up the seam, or on the Y cross, excuse me. The nice hard throw kind of gets on. Okay, so what's happening here? A little bit of collision, a little bit of hand fighting, and that kind of takes a little bit of Will Pauling's focus away from the ball. I think normally he catches this. Again, that's a pretty good throw. And we're running our cross, our seam, and our vertical ball with the bubble underneath, 4-man concept, bottom of the screen. That's a nice route, and it's there. Got to catch it. All right, 2nd and 10, 2 by 2. We're going to run stick. Okay, nice under control kind of play. This is a really nice sequence we've been having. So we hit this one earlier. We hit the outside guy earlier on this. Now we're hitting inside. Okay, so curl, short curl, and then we got the flat coming under here. Catching it 5 yards, falling forward, 3rd and 3. Okay, 2 by 2. We're getting some momentum. This has been a nice sequence of play. This has been a nice sequence of play calling. Okay, a little switch release. Oh, that's there. This is a great throw. Great spacing and timing. It's hard. We see the other angle in the replay. This is 6 inches out in front of his hands. This is really nice ball placement. And we are 6 inches away from this being a totally different game. Totally different game. Because on 4th and 3 there, we take the field goal and we miss it. And then Alabama quickly marches down the field and scores to make it 21-3 at halftime. Where if that pass was 6 inches shorter, it's 14-10, and Alabama likely goes into the half by taking a knee, and now we have a totally different ball game. So when you sit back and you look at this second quarter, I think Braden Locke really did pretty good. He settled in. He has shown he has grown as a QB, which is important because he has to. And I'm more positive in the outlook at the rest of the Big Ten season by seeing a quarter like that. Now it's got to continue. He's got to build on it. But no, we're not facing Alabama every week, thank God. All right, so that's the second quarter. Tomorrow we'll be back with the third quarter of Wisconsin versus Alabama, and we'll keep this going. All right, so thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.